The following contest is a tables, ladders, and chairs match. On the way to the ring, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 248 pounds, John Cena.
The time is up, my time is now.
You think you know me?
And the opponent, the WWE Champion, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 241 pounds, Edge.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR, Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight.
Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE.
We're not talking about running a ball down a field or slapping a puck into a net. This is serious physical competition.
It sure is. The toughest athletes in the world are on the WWE roster, and that's a fact.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one.
I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue before tonight's show, but I don't think that's it, King. I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR. Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight. Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
Boy, this John Cena is his own biggest fan. How come all of these rappers can't talk about anything except how great they are?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, King. Cena's got some impressive accomplishments to his credit. I think he's got every right to be proud.
Well, you know what they say, JR. Pride goes before...
I think someone's looking for a weapon under the ring. This match is literally inches away from being over. What a battle. Neither superstar can afford to be knocked off the ladder. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, JR?
He's got his opponent in position. I think he's going for it.
No, it can't be. Not the FU.
It doesn't appear that Edge is getting much love from this crowd tonight, and who can blame them? They're certainly not getting much from Edge.
That's not true, JR. I'm sure this arena is just full of Edgeheads tonight. You might not hear them cheering, but that's probably because they're in awe of the fact that they're watching their favorite superstar.
or good grief. I don't care how tough you are. A chair shot is a chair shot.
And you can't take too many of those and expect to continue.
A reversal. Can he capitalize on it?
I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they haven't. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect to pick up the win.
You're right about that, JR. If you can't see yourself having your arm raised by the referee when it's over, don't bother showing up. I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear. Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well, then, why don't you just enlighten the rest of us, King?
Oh, no way! I can already tell this is going to be a great match, and I don't want to ruin the ending for you.
You're too kind, King. You're also full of horse manure, as far as I can tell.
After some of the things... Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this!
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out. Oh, boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this! Come on, do something, quick! Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water out here with me next time.
He reversed it.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR, and I love to hear it. These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get it. There he goes, JR. He's been busted open. Look at all of that blood.
Would you at least try and not sound so gleeful, King? This is serious.
You're darn right it's serious, JR. It's deadly serious. All's fair in love and war, and this is definitely a war. I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again.
There aren't many superstars as diversely talented as John Cena.
Look at the fans, JR. They know what's coming next.
They sure do. And there it is. The FU. What an impact.
This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way. I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean. I love it. Rules are like bones, made to be broken.
Well, I think it's pretty sad when you have to sink that low to win a match.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right.
He's obviously not feeling too threatened, JR.
Then maybe he's not smart enough to realize how dangerous his opponent really is.
I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled once and for all.
This is going beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that.
I don't understand how these fans can boo Edge, JR. They've got no respect for everything he's done for them.
Oh, you're full of it, King. These fans don't give a damn about Edge because they know that Edge doesn't give a damn about them either.
How can you say that, JR? Edge is one of the most exciting and dynamic superstars on the Raw roster. And I hope you don't drive him to SmackDown with the way you slander him. Oh, boy. These fans have got... He's almost got the title! He's almost got it! I can't believe it! They're beating the heck out of each other, JR. Someone's going to take a tumble. It's going to be a long way down for one of these two superstars. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And
what does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way. And I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I hope the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring.
I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, King. And it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting. These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think they're... Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like when you're in the middle of a slobber knocker. And if you don't...
Whoever loses this fight might just lose the match too, JR. You gotta respect the commitment. I think he's got it. Does he have it?
Both superstars are beating the hell out of each other on that ladder. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds. He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. I think this is it, JR. That title's got to come down. I tell you, JR, this one has the potential to be a Match of the Year candidate.
No doubt about it, King. As far as I'm concerned, whoever wins this fight might just win the match. These fans love confidence in their superstar, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come.
I think he's about to take that title and this match just a little further. He's literally inches from victory.
I'm so happy that we have a superstar like Edge on the Raw roster. Someone who sets goals for himself and doesn't let anything stop him from reaching them. Whoever loses this fight is going to take a heck of a fall, JR. Wow! Listen to these fans, JR!
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people...
The quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think he's underestimating anyone, King. I think he's making it clear that he refuses to be intimidated. The prize is only inches away.
You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to. But my God, look at the intensity of these superstars battling 15 feet above the ring. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed. If he grabs the title, this one's over.
If his opponent doesn't do something quick, this one's over, JR. I feel so lucky that I'm actually getting to see these superstars wrestle each other.
Me too, King. This one has the potential.
Here's your winner and the new WWE Champion,